against Paquito in the early game, he did not have the enough resource to do the demonic force quite oftenly, making the Pi in that game before kind of become punchback.
They drafted a losing lane for Pi, and that's exactly what happened. Now it's time to jump into game number 2. Rebellion Zion this time have opted to go for the red or the blue side, and Alter Ego on the red side. Instantly, we are seeing kind of the same bans from Rebellion. Even though they are first pick, they do not want to let those two heroes up for grabs. Alter Ego going for same route so far, but they do go for the Phantom Mist Akai. There, that's the change. Julian. Now Alter Ego, they gotta be careful. They can leave out the Valentina or they can leave out that Beatrix. Heiz was able to, he beat RRQ basically with that Beatrix. He literally sniped them down to the ground.
Wait, I just noticed. You said before that Beatrix has 100%
Not
win
anymore.
rate. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So, when we see that Rebellion Zion can pick to Beatrix, this will be some interesting choice for the Rebellion Zion, because we can see that Alter Ego, if they are not banning towards Valentina, which means that Beatrix, Valentina, and wait, yep, it's banned. So Valentina could be the first pick for the Rebellion Zion, but we see the first game before. Chico does not thinking to take a Valentina. A Paquito is more important than a Valentina, making this game more interesting, even better. Because this is the first pick for Rebellion Zion, but they did not pick towards Valentina.
He doesn't care about the Valentina, it
Doesn't
seems.
get it all.
Both games picking up a Paquito instead of a Valentina, giving it over. They're like, you know what, Udil? Go play the Valentina. We won't even have those crazy ultimates for you to take. So right now, I do believe it is going to be the, another Esmeralda. This time, I do think it is going to go to the hands of Pi. It should be Valentina Eterna.
Yeah. On that note, Rebellion Zion, it doesn't seem like they favor Valentina at all. I don't think Suelo has actually picked it up this season, and if he has, he hasn't used it a lot. We know Suelo, he likes those high ground heroes, but with now the Esmeralda being picked up as well as the Valentina, Rebellion Zion could just draft the same way that they did. Sure, they don't have the Julian this time, but Suelo can pick someone that he is usually accustomed to, perhaps the Yi for that high ground presence, but it is a little bit risky against the Valentina. But I heard that the real world manipulation that Valentina can give is different, the impact.
Yeah, it is different, because when we see to the Yi itself, she has a passive where the more damage she gives to the enemies, the more squares that she had on the real world manipulation itself. And even when we include the point of damage, if I'm not wrong, it's about 24 times you can click on the battlefield for the real world manipulation if you have full stacks of damage.
So more damage with the real world inflation.
Yes.
But now we already see a response. It's not the Eve that you predicted, Eterna. It actually is the same Balman coming in again. When the Akai is banned, there's only one hero that can actually take those objectives, have the same impact on the neutral objectives. Two Retributions, Balman, Lunox as well. Heavy neutral objective emphasized by Rebellion.
Well, one thing that I note before the match play before this, the statistics says that Rebellion Zion has more lords than Alter Ego Esports, and if we include a Bauman in this game, it will be a much more terrifying condition if Alter Ego Esports cannot safely take the early phase of the game, which with Turtle maybe, or I think of one hero that can counter towards Bauman, which is Yin. If we think about Yin, he can kidnap a Bellman and makes the contest without a retribution at all on the both teams, making the rest of the team, 4 players on the battlefield, contesting against the Lord with no retribution at all when Balmon is inside the Yin's ultimate.
The thing is, does the Yin win in that 1v1?
That's the thing. You can gamble it between if you want to safely take the Lord, it's okay. Sacrifice the Yin. But if you still thinking that you are good enough to take down Balmon with Malefic Roar, with Blade of Despair, then go for it. So I think from my perspective point of view, I don't see any minuses at all if you take Yin, but the only problem is, yeah, you cannot do a lot on a team fight, because Yin will be powerful in the team fight if he can take down the enemies inside his domain expansion.
I get it. I get it. You're looking for a different solution as to prevent the neutral objective contest coming in from
Yes.
Valman. Right now, what we see on screen is they have found something similar with picking up the Lolita that they
Yes.
couldn't have done in game number 1 because it was banned away. So they do have that up for grabs, and plus they also was able to ban out the Matilda. So the Numnon Blast is going to be a huge threat for Rebellion Zion right now. The thing is that what I feel is different for Rebellion Zion in the terms of composition is that they're not going full in that early aggressive stance. Why do I say this? Is because I believe that the Lunox needs time for her items and her power spike
Yeah.
to finally hit. So she is going to be a little bit more weak in that early game. And do you think that this is going to affect their rotation when they go in for those objectives?
Definitely, right? By taking away some of these roamers as well, they do exactly that. They are trying to halter Rebellion Zion's rotations. The rotations that have been helping them win the match. Every single time they win a match, it's also because of Dyron winning so hard in the XP lane that he's able to just convert onto the other lanes. Here though, we have Aldo. Our concern are Dyron, and there you go. Literally just as we mentioned it,
Yeah.
Dyron and Suelo. They are everywhere in the map. Why? How? Because of Vijanarko. On the Rafaela, on the Matilda, why he has such a high kill participation rate is because he brings all of his teammates over to those objectives to secure it. And that's the way Rebellion likes to play. Alter Ego, they've kind of read that situation out now by banning the Matilda and the Brody. Rebellion with the final ban, I do think they want to just, right now, with the Lolita pickup, go for Nino. Just ban Nino straight up. Don't let him get his comfort heroes. But that can actually be bad for them. That can actually backfire on
Yeah.
them, because if they ban the gold lane, Alter Ego have first pick in the second phase. If they pick it up first, Highs. Oh,
Who
I
picked
know.
up the Lunox?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lunox is a flex pick. We have seen this before. We'll see. We'll see what Alter Ego go for with the Lancelot banned out. They might go for a jungler first. I think gold laner is a little bit better though, because there's not a lot of heroes that Boy can really play here.
One thing that I noticed when Lolita is in the hands of the Alter Ego members, 3 players from Rebellion Zion, as this far, Paquito, Balman, and Lunox, 3 of them can evade Nominum Bless quite easily. So they need to be really sneaky about using the Nominum Bless on the battlefield. And even when we include a Cloud in the Alter Ego esports member, this will be something of a momentum fight for Alter Ego esports, because with Esmeralda, with Valentina, Lolita, and Cloud, mostly all of these heroes, they are playing with the AoE. Not a single pickoff from Alter Ego members.
I agree. And what I wanted to add while you were talking was this Lolita pick was also able to deny that Rafaela pick from the side of Rebellion Zion, because once again, Wijanarko has only picked up 3 heroes, right?
Yeah.
The Ruby, the Matilda, and the Rafaela. So because the Matilda was banned away, he has 2 choices left. Take the Ruby or the Rafaela. But obviously, with the Lolita, with the Numnon Blast that could hit 5 people at the same time, and the way that if you play around the Rafaela, they're going to be clumped up, it's not possible. So they're forced on the Ruby this time around, and right now, Alter Ego, they do have a chance to maneuver
Ling, I think.
around the CC that Rebellion has right now.
Yeah, I do think at this point, there's only one comfort hero I trust Boy on. It's the Ling, and it comes out. The Ling is going to be the final pick for Alter Ego. Again, when I'm looking at the drafts, it is going to come down to execution. Leo Murphy on the Lolita. Sure, it has neutral objective control with the Numenon Blast, but it's so easily cancelled out. There's a lot of CC coming in from Rebellion Zion that can cancel that out and basically make him a non-factor. And to add on to that, Lunox can burst the Esme down. Ooh, I don't know what to say, man. Who do you like, Eterna? Who do you like?
This is hard.
Very.
This is hard. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it from the mid power spike, the late power spike. I guess Alter Ego has that edge in the fact that they do have more mobility, that in case it goes in towards that late game and they can't get that snowballing, Rebellion Zion are going to find it difficult. But I don't know, Choji. What do you think?
Well, I'm thinking that Alter Ego Esports is forced to play an area of effective fight. If not, they are going to be picked off really, really badly against Rebellion Zion because as we can see, the heroes from Alter Ego members, they cannot do a good laning phase. In this point, they cannot do a good laning phase. That means that in this early phase, they have to be really careful about not being ganked by the Rebellion Zion team. And for the Rebellion Zion, Lunox, Paquito, and even Clint, these three heroes, they have a big potential on the pick outside. So, if Rebellion Zion can do some damage in the early games and make Alter Ego Esports member do not have the resource in the laning phase, Alter Ego Esports could be down.
And so far, it seems like they are having some problems here. Suelo already taking a lot of damage, and I think this is something that we highlighted earlier on as well.
See, Paquito?
Suelo go against Udil, Udil's gonna have a way better time,
Wait,
Mirko.
Oh, Dyron is caught here, gonna get stunned up as well. Dyron way too aggressive, still has the flicker to get out, but that's a massive resource burnt for the Paquito early on. And look at that top side. I do want to see the minion waves, how it's placed, because the Esme might be able to freeze, but no, he just goes for the shove there in the top side. He's last hitting it, taking it slow. Again, just trying to punish Dyron as much as possible.
Well, the drafts from Rebellion Zion signals that they is kind of winning in this early phase, making the Rebellion Zion have a big potential on the first turtle itself. And if we see at the rotation of the Rebellion Zion itself, Ruby stays in the mid lane area while Clint is alone down there against Cloud. So the roamers in this game is not babysitting the marksman really well, making this will be a big rotational game.
Yeah, Ouija Narco though in the mid lane was picked off. That's the problem you have when you're a Ruby. When you get stunned up like that without your ultimate, you're very dependent on that. Suelo though now going up against Udo has the Brilliance, so he's relatively safe even though he's taking a whole lot of damage. He just backs off, knowing that Sully Boy doesn't have his purple buff. Fearless goes straight for the turtle, but Suelo using the chaos, he's going to be able to actually help this turtle secure. First turtle of the game going to the hands of Rebellion Zion, presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series, as Udil is going to go down below, dealing so much damage onto Highs, almost taking him down. Town prediction by Axe, KB and Papulong, they're still staying with Rebellion, man. We were wrong the first game. I'm very curious if we're going to be wrong again here in Game 2.
We'll see, we'll see. So far, Rebellion Zion have been able to have control on those neutral objectives, and which is quite surprising. I thought because of the pressure that they were lacking in that mid side, it would be a little bit more difficult for them. But they've been actually able to convert. To be fair, Alter Ego Esports didn't seem like they wanted to contest though. It seemed like they wanted to focus on that bottom lane, get the pick, and of course focus on that gold shielding, Koji.
Okay, and even when we see on the emblems itself, Clint against a Cloud, the emblems itself is actually benefiting Cloud even more in the early phase because of the weapon mastery, which means one Blade of Despair will have a better damage than Nino using a Demon Hunter Sword, even though he is using an average. But this can be outsmarted by Alter Ego Esports by babysitting Cloud in the bottom lane area, making a really big advantage and making Cloud have some potential to do some teamfight in this early phase.
Miscommunication as well, just now earlier. Rebellion Zion on the gank, onto Pi. Fearless wanted to go in. Dyron used his flicker to dish out more damage, but now Ouija Narco is going to get caught. Still has Fearless to dish out the damage and the peel. Leo Murphy flickering out, but will still fall to the lethal counter. Rebellion Zion making a lot of value, actually getting a lot of value with Ouija Narco on the Ruby now that he has that ultimate. Early on he was bullied without the ultimate.
I have a fun fact.
What is it?
Throw it at us.
Alter Ego Esports lose to Rebellion Zion here 2-0. Then Alter Ego Esports has an 8th place position curse. Always losing to the person in the 8th place position.
You're right. Geek Fam.
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, but wait a minute. Sway low though. He might want to. He disagrees with you. He's gonna get taken down. Pi though, jumping in onto Dyron. So far it's a very close game, but when it comes down to the neutral objective control, it has just been Rebellion Zion. The setup that Fearless has on the Balman has just been phenomenal. His pathing in the game, and he's able to get another gold lead in this game.
Well, remember, Rebellion Zion have not exactly reached their power spikes. Suelo just secured that Clock of Destiny. Winter Truncheon, Lightning Truncheon, all the defense and offensive items like the Divine Glaive have not been secured just yet. So this is just a little trailer to what Rebellion Zion can deal.
And Fearless is just going to be happy doing that.
Oh.
Legion Arco pulls Liam Murphy back. I can do it too. Liam Murphy falling to the hands of Fearless again. That's what their Bowman can do. You're so tanky, you want to be targeted. Sure, go and target me. Once we actually have those other members to calm down, they will be able to follow it up. Just as I say that though, Suelo gets picked off. Mid lane, Region Arco as well, doing some damage, but we have some time to talk about the items here, Choji.
Okay, this is interesting. Clean first item is not going for the endless battle, but it's going for the critical first with the Berserker Fury. But if we look at the Cloud side of items, we can see that Demon Hunter Shot has been safely secured by Cloud, and with the combination of Steel Leg Plates making the sustainability and the offensive side of Cloud is getting better in the bottom lane area. But one thing that I noticed is that Dyron using a Festival of Blood emblem, which means that I think Rebellion Zion is going for a prolonged team fight like this one.
Fearless gonna be caught there by the Tempest Blaze and a Doominoff Blast, but Fearless is able to maneuver out of that one. Still gonna be slain. Leo Murphy tanking the damage, soaking it in for Alter Ego to pick up that kill. He is tanky.
Yeah.
He wants to be targeted, but not like that. That was too aggressive.
But the problem is, with that in mind, Alter Ego Esports, sure, they got a pick-off on the board onto Fearless, but they need to be able to manipulate these waves properly. We saw that Rebellion Zion was able to clear earlier in that top side and actually push and get a little bit of damage to the tower. And Alter Ego Esports, they need to play a little bit more disciplined. Kills are great, but how are they going to convert onto this? Because the turtle is up, but that's not their focus.
Well, so far, the objectives from this game is really towards the Rebellion Zion. As we can see on the top lane area, Rebellion Zion has secured the turret of Alter Ego Esports, the outer turret of Alter Ego Esports. But we can see that Jelly Boy is looking kind of spicy right now. He's not killed at all, making some savings for Rebellion Zion to be popped out for taking down Sally Boy.
They're scaling really well.
Yeah.
They're scaling well, but the thing is, up against this composition against Rebellion, you have a Clint that can scale as well. You have a Lunox that can deal damage, and they go on to Nino. Beautiful read by Nino.
No.
Getting the sprint out, but now it's going to be the re-engage coming in. Nino dodging from everything as he pops into Blazing Duet. Region Arco taken low, falling Simon by Pi. Not able to connect just yet. Region Arco flickers out at that one. Meanwhile, Rebellion playing the macro game very, very well in the mid lane, going for the turret. Dyron will be able to take it down, but no, my god, he's taken very low. Selly Boy unable to get the kill onto Dyron. He's 1 HP. Udil should be able to do this one. No! Oh my god, Dyron! Beautiful! Beautiful play by Dyron.
no.
He dodges away. No, he doesn't dodge from the falling Simon there. He took way too much. He played that perfectly, but in the end, Sir Pai comes in.
Sir Pai comes in and gets the kill, finally, as Dyron is going to take 15 seconds to get back on the board. So Alter Ego Esports will have the map pressure so far
Golden Staff.
until he does get picked up. But you're right, the Golden Staff has been secured by Nino, which means the power spikes are starting to hit.
Yeah, we can see that from the turret's perspective, Rebellion Zion is leading with 2 turrets has been down by them. But Alter Ego Esports, it seems like they don't care. From the goal perspective, the goal gap is on the Alter Ego Esports side, even if it's just a few margin, just like on the 200 gold.
That's the thing right now as well, right? When we do see the Claude, a lot of people are still saying that Claude is a late game hero. Sure, it is a late game hero, but how Alter Ego drafted their composition is they're using the Claude for that mid game power spike. Right now though, Region Arco gonna get caught 1v3, pulled back in by the I'm Offended. Ruby got I'm Offended, and the same goes for Alter Ego. We're now looking for Highs. Say goodbye to Highs because he is alone in the 5-man gank. Dyron still trying to look for compensation as he pushes the top lane. Pi needs to answer that right now, and he will be able to, walking all the way down to that top side.
I just want to take a note before the game starts. We said that Alter Ego Esports do have a lot of kills but no objective, and here it is, the proof of it.
And here it is.
Just
Udil.
one turret with 7 kills is not good enough for Alter Ego Esports to win this game.
Absolutely. Udil as well, though. He was jumping in very aggressively. Selly Boy didn't have the Tempest of Blades. Fearless is able to take him down. Region Narco has the I'm Offended. Doesn't pop it here. Rebellion Zion back off with a 1-0 trade. That was also a shutdown. Massive for Rebellion.
Yeah, big mistake there for the side of Alter Ego Esports. They don't want to do that. They don't want to make those over and undisciplined movements, because that's exactly how the opponents usually capitalize on. And the beautiful thing is, we mentioned that the EXP lane matchup is going to be interesting, and in this particular matchup, Dyron is going to give Pi a very hard time, and we see that actually happening. Dyron being able to clear very fast, but what?
Beautiful Lumina Blast onto 3 members. Nino coming in as well, but Fearless somehow still able to secure the Lord without the lethal counter. My goodness, that was brilliant by Fearless.
Well, that's a good trade for Rebellion Zion. Yes, Swallow is down, but they're trading it for the Lord, and this will be a big boost for Rebellion Zion. As we can see on the bottom lane turret, it's still standing for Alter Ego Esports, and maybe, just maybe, with Alter Ego Esports pushed down on the top lane with the Lord inside of Rebellion Zion, the bottom lane can be destroyed, and slowly but surely Rebellion Zion can take a little by little from the turret of the Alter Ego Esports. As we look at the item itself, we can see that Clint has secured onto the Endless Battle and the Berserker Fury. So a free hit is imminent for Rebellion Zion, and the rest of it Fearless taking Blade Armor, meaning that Nino should be watching out.
Beautiful Hawk there by Narco. Oh my goodness, that I'm offended. Just trashed Udil. 2-1 and 4, but it does not matter. The sprint was not enough to get him out to safety. Rebellion are possibly looking for the end with this Lord, Eterna.
Wait, but look at Selly Boy. I think he's trying to do something here, trying to push that mid-side turret, but look at this!
Let's see, blazing the wet again. Nino dealing the damage onto Narco, getting 1 kill. Fearless taken low once again. Swalo comes in to the fray, dealing out so much damage, and Darren flickers forward. This is going to be Selly Boy against the world. He has the retribution, he is going to be able to get that one, but the defense comes in, the minions will not be necessary. Clean sweep from Rebellion, absolutely trashing all